Welcome to Crunchy Culture, where I, Tina Sorensen, dig into the latest wellness buzz from the news and share my unfiltered thoughts and opinions, because wellness doesn't have to be complicated. Join me every Tuesday for a dose of snarky humor, the latest in wellness trends, my current obsessions, and of course, a recipe or wellness tip to inspire your journey. Warning, side effects may include uncontrollable laughter, unexpected bursts of inspiration, and the urge to raid your pantry for healthier snacks. If you are loving the podcast, or even if you're just mildly entertained, why not drop a quick rating and review on your favorite platform? It would mean the world to me and also help more wellness lovers find us, which is basically like spreading good vibes, but with less granola and more real talk. Your 5 stars is my virtual high five. Let's make it happen. Your feedback helps others find their way to the hive and join this wellness journey. Thanks in advance for making me feel like a podcast rock star. This episode is brought to you by me, the Wellness Blondie. If you're passionate about natural remedies, holistic wellness, and delicious whole food recipes, head on over to thewellnessblondie.com for inspiring content to nurture your mind, body, and soul. Because who better to sponsor me than me? All right, now let's jump into my current obsession. Hopefully I don't fumble over every single word that I have today. Now, let's jump into my current obsession. Lately, I've been all in on vibration plates. Yep, I bought one. And let me tell you, I'm absolutely freaking loving it. Not only does it strengthen and tone muscles, but it also boosts bone density, improves balance and coordination, and reduces muscle soreness. Side note, after slipping on the ice while walking my dog, I needed all the help I can get. Seriously, guys, I took a doozy. Picture me sprawled out like I just finished a full body CrossFit session after skipping the gym for months. I could barely move for days. But back to the plate. This thing does it all. It increases metabolism, improves circulation, reduces cellulite, and, wait for it, helps with lymphatic drainage. Yes, that's the big one for me. Every morning I stand on this baby for 5 minutes, and it's been a game changer for my mold detox. I feel relaxed and energized. Plus, I can stay focused all day without the dreaded 2 p.m. crash that used to have me craving a sprinkled donut and a coffee the size of my head. A few quick tips if you're thinking of grabbing one: make sure it has settings for oscillation and vibration so you can mix it up. Check the weight limit and sturdiness. Nobody wants to vibe off into oblivion mid-session. Start slow if you're a newbie. Your body will thank you. Trust me. This little gadget has become my secret weapon for feeling amazing and staying on top of my wellness goals. Honestly, I think it's earned a spot in my favorites list, right next to mouth taping and my infrared sauna. Yes, it's borderline obsessive. No, I won't apologize it. And you're probably asking, what does that have to do with me slipping on the ice and my whole dog walking story? I got on it, on low, did 10 minutes, and the next day I could actually move without being extremely sore. So, win-win in my book. Have you tried a vibration plate? I'd love to hear about your experiences and any tips you might have. Tag me on social so I can check out your responses. Pro tip, tagging me also helps distract me from my Amazon cart. So really, you're doing both of us a favor. Seriously, guys, I really need to cut back on the spending. Okay, let's get to the meat of the episode and what you really came here for. I came across a really interesting topic. What is getting sprayed over the produce in grocery stores? Norovirus, shit happens, literally, and the TikTok effect. This caught my attention because it came up in one of my Facebook low toxin groups, and I immediately felt the need to bring out the truth. Imagine that. Can you tell that I'm just fed up with all this fear mongering and the misinformation spreading faster than COVID? Produce Max and the Great Mist Gate. You know, that satisfying little spritz you hear in the grocery store like Mother Nature herself decided to hydrate the lettuce? Yeah, let's talk about it. Lately, there's been a lot of chatter about Produce Max, the disinfectant mist hitting your veggies. And not in a good morning sunshine way. People are panicking like it's Armageddon for kale. Spoiler alert, it's not. What's the deal with Produce Max? It's hydrochlorous acid. Fancy name, simple explanation. This is something your own immune system creates to fight off harmful bacteria. It's also been used in hospitals, schools, and yes, on food. Relax. Nobody's out here spraying bleach on your bell peppers. But the internet has feelings, and lots of them. Because the mist isn't just water. What's my take? Honestly, as someone who makes hypochlorous solution at home for cleaning everything, I mean counters, bathrooms, windows, toilets, you name it, everything. I'm not sweating this. In fact, I wash all my produce, organic or not, because let's be real, the number of strangers pawing at that apple before it lands in your cart, hard pass. Without a good wash or some Produce Max love, your veggies are just little germ magnets with a shorter shelf life. Oh, and here's a fun reality check. How many of you swim in chlorinated pools and don't lose a wink of sleep over it? Same stuff. Less pool party and more broccoli. The real question is, are you even washing your produce? If the answer is no, we've got a bigger problem than some hypochlorous acid mist. Organic isn't a magic wand, and if you're organic only crew, hi friends, let me burst your bubble. Organic produce still gets sprayed. It's just sprayed with organic approved stuff. So if you have been eating strawberries thinking they came straight from a Disney woodland utopia, it's time for a wake-up call, people. Stop the label worship. The whole thing boils down to one PSA. Stop blindly trusting labels and brands. The pre-wash sticker, cute, but it's not an invention to skip rinsing your spinach. Organic does not mean chemical-free. It means certified chemicals are used. Moral of the story, stop shopping with your feelings and do your damn research. Or, just keep listening to this podcast where I do the research for you. Honestly, all this drama over Produce Max makes me laugh. It's like that friend who insists their water needs to be triple filtered through Himalayan quartz, but still double fists gas station nachos. Are we seriously sweating the mist now? Gardeners, get in on the flip side. If you're lucky enough to grow your own produce, high five, then you're living the dream. Just remember, washing still matters. Not just for your produce either. Your body too. I mean, have you even bitten into a fresh garden carrot and realized it still has a little bonus crunch from the dirt? Let's not do that. Take the panic out of the produce aisle at the end of the day. Here is my take. Food trends come and go, but common sense never goes out of style, even though it is completely lost these days. Wash your food, people. You can laugh at yourself when you accidentally call the grocery store Mr. a hydration spa for lettuce, because yes, I've done this. And above all, stop falling for scare tactics. You've got bigger fish to fry or tofu to bake than obsessing over what misted your mushrooms. So next time you see that fog rolling over the cucumbers, take a deep breath, grab your spinach, and trust that you'll live to tell the tale, especially if you know you wash it first. Next up, norovirus, a gut-wrenching legend. Norovirus, the Beyonce of stomach bugs. If you've ever spent a night on the bathroom floor, clutching a Gatorade and questioning your life choices, congrats! You've met this lovely microscopic menace. Let's break it down. What is it? How long has it been haunting humanity? And what happens when it decides to crash your party? First up, what is norovirus? So here's the tea. It's a highly contagious virus that causes gastroenteritis, a fancy word for saying your stomach and intestines throw a full-blown tantrum. Think puking, diarrhea, cramps, and overall sense of impending doom. Cute, right? No. This thing doesn't care who you are or where you are from. It's equal opportunity misery. Norovirus is like that one ex who shows up uninvited, makes a huge mess, and leaves you emotionally and physically drained. The kicker? You're the one stuck cleaning up the aftermath. How long has norovirus been around? This isn't some new trendy bug trying to go viral. Pun absolutely intended. This troublemaker's been around since the 1960s when it was first identified, and honestly, I'm a little offended that people are trying to fearmonger this into something that it's not. Like, aren't pandemics so 2020? But nope, norovirus continues to top the charts, making its rounds every year like the world's worst encore act. What should you expect if you get it? Let me paint you a picture. Day 1, you're fine. Life's good. Maybe you even eat some questionable takeout. Day 2, plot twist. You're sweating bullets, curled up in bed, and setting new personal records for bathroom sprints. Hydration, a distant dream. Day 3. You're now an expert at balancing on a toilet while holding a trash can. Multitasking at its finest. Good news, it's typically over in 1 to 3 days. Bad news, you will feel like you've aged a decade in that time. And trust me, norovirus doesn't just make a mess of your insides, it also wipes out your will to socialize. Your besties might love you, but no one's coming within 10 feet of patient zero. And can we talk about how everyone suddenly becomes a germ expert when they hear you've been sick? Oh, have you been washing your hands? No, Susan, I decided to just lick the doorknobs today for fun. So, how does it spread? It is total social butterfly. It spreads through contaminated food surfaces and, brace yourselves, human contact. Basically, it's the nightmare version of glitter. Once it's there, it's everywhere. That salad bar you thought was safe because you didn't wash the veggies. It wasn't. Your kid's class birthday party, ground zero? The elevator button you pressed without thinking? Let's just say ignorance isn't always bliss. And here's a pro tip. Wash your hands like you're scrubbing in for surgery. Seriously, channel your inner Grey's Anatomy. Look, norovirus isn't here to make friends. It's here to ruin lives, one stomach at a time. The best thing you can do is hydrate, ride it out, and maybe write a strongly worded letter to the universe about why this thing still exists. Until then, stock up on electrolytes, hand sanitizer, and your sense of humor, because laughing through the misery is half the battle. All right, folks, let's dive into some eye-roll-worthy bullshittery, shall we? I want to talk about self-diagnoses. Yes, the magical world where a late-night Google spiral or 3 TikTok videos convince you that you've got everything from borderline personality disorder to a sudden avocado allergy. Now, don't get me wrong. Mental health awareness has come a long way, and I am here for it. Fellow mental case. But when we start handing out self-diagnosed conditions, like Oprah giving away cars, we have a problem. And you get generalized anxiety, and you get ADHD, and What the fuck is going on here? Thanks to TikTok and Instagram people, especially younger folks, who are watching relatable videos about mental health symptoms and saying, wow, that's me. Same energy as WebMD telling you your headache might be a brain tumor. That's not comforting. It does help find explanations for why we feel the way we do, but there is a fine line between curiosity and confirmation bias, which is when you look for evidence that fits what you've already decided. Spoiler alert, that's not great for your health or anyone else. Okay, let's break this down. First, the good stuff. Increased awareness. Social media has opened up important conversations about mental health, which means people are paying attention to their well-being. And hey, recognizing that something is off is a huge step toward getting better. Empowerment. Knowing the symptoms of a condition can make you feel like you've taken back a little control. I mean, it's easier to fight something when you know what you're up against, right? But here comes the not so pretty side. Misdiagnosis and bad self-treatment. Thinking you've got anxiety might seem harmless, but without a professional opinion, you could be missing a much bigger picture, like treating a flat tire when your car's entire engine is busted. Not cute. Confirmation bias is sneaky. When people tell their stories online, it can be super relatable, but also super misleading. Just because Taylor on TikTok cried at a coffee shop last week does not mean you and she share a personality disorder. Context matters. And here's the kicker. Spending months researching your self-diagnosis can mean pushing off the real diagnosis. Time wasted. Your symptoms might even worsen while you're out there trying the latest DIY cures. So, what's the solution? Here are some practical tips that are straightforward. Leave it to the pros. If you do think something is wrong, don't wait. Book an appointment with a licensed medical healthcare professional. TikTok therapists are great and all, but they're not clinical psychiatrists. Sorry, influencers. Use your resources wisely. Online tools are good for awareness, but they're not your final answer. That's like Googling how to fix your dishwasher and then smashing it with a wrench because a random blog told you to. Context is key, people. Self-care wins while you wait. If you're on the path to a diagnosis, lean in on journaling, mindfulness, or just venting to your bestie. Those won't replace therapy, but they'll help you handle the in-between moments without spiraling into panic over worst-case scenarios. Final thoughts? Look, I get it. Validation is soothing, and a quick scroll through mental health talk feels easier than an actual appointment. But self-diagnosis is like trying to perform surgery with an IKEA manual. You're going to miss something and it's probably important. So take it seriously, but also take it to a professional. You owe yourself clarity, not chaos. It's always something we'll collectively raise an eyebrow at. Let's face it, staying in the loop on wellness trends is basically a full-time job these days, but hey, someone's got to do it, and you are welcome for saving you the deep dive into forums that somehow spiral into an MLM sales pitch. If you've got opinions, stumbled on anything eye-roll worthy, or you just want to dish about the latest health craze, I am all ears. Drop a comment or shoot me an email. No MLM pitches, though, please. I beg you. And now, for the creme de la creme of the episode. If you'd like to be featured on the podcast, send me your favorite recipes or wellness tips, and I will gladly share them on an upcoming episode. Bonus points if your recipe doesn't involve 17 trips to the grocery store for obscure ingredients like unicorn pollen. This week, I want to focus on, let's go with stop the doom scrolling and pick up a book. All that technology can be great, but when used inappropriately, it can really affect your mental health. So put the phone down and pick up a book or your Kindle. If you are using a Kindle, make sure you change the screen so that it's the yellow, or get a screen protector. And take a break from social media for a little while. Your health and your mind will love you for it. I hope you give it a try and enjoy the benefits. And if you do, let me know how your experience pans out or any fun tweaks you make. Don't forget to tag me on socials so I can see your results. Please just don't send any blurry photos because my eyes deserve better than a pixelated casserole. That's a wrap for today's dive into crunchy culture. I hope this episode gave you a spark of inspiration, some fresh insight, or at least a shred of motivation to tackle the day without looking like a walking hot mess express. Because some days we're all just trying not to spill kombucha. Is it kombucha or kombucha? You let me know. Have a wild wellness topic, recipe idea, or some bonkers news you think I should cover? Drop a comment below, tag me on socials, or send me an email. Let's keep this hive buzzing with your ideas. And hey, if you're all about multitasking, or you just like to see the real chaos, check out the full video on YouTube, Spotify, or my website. Yes, I'm finally using the nice lighting. You are welcome. Until next time, nurture your mind, body, and soul because no one else can do it your way. And remember, wellness is a journey with twists and turns, so embrace the ride. No GPS needed, just vibes. Stay crunchy, and let's reshape this hive together.